Hello everyone, and welcome back to part 2 of this little garage canning area makeover. So we are working mostly on this back wall, and if you've seen in the last video where we took down all of the canning shelves, we took everything off of this wall and just got it down to this blank slate here. I did go ahead and wash off the walls, so they are looking some better. So I don't even know if this wall was ever painted correctly. There may be some primer on here, but it's pretty bare, and as I was cleaning it, I could tell it wasn't a good quality paint, or maybe even just a primer on here. So it's definitely time to get a nice coat of paint on this wall before we move on. So I was hoping in today's part 2 we could at least get the walls painted, and hopefully get some of these outlets switched out here, just get them looking fresh again. They've probably been in here since the house was built, so yeah, just get those swapped out. There's a couple on the back wall, and we'll see what all we get done, but hopefully we can make some headways on this back wall so that we can get our canning stuff back on this wall again. The next thing that I am going to do is fill a lot of these holes. So you'll see a lot of holes here, just some rough patches that need to just be patched up a little bit. So I got some spackle, and we're going to see if we can't get those patched up, looking a little bit better. Yeah, it was just dinged up quite a bit here, used a little roughly, so we're going to patch those up next and then let that dry before we sand everything off and make it nice and smooth again. And we're getting everyone involved here with sanding. Chloe wanted to help me sand, so I was kind of showing her how to be very gentle on the walls. And then you'll see in just a bit here, Weston wanted to help as well. So I decided to go ahead and just change out all of the plugins here on this back wall. I wanted to go ahead and put a nice bright white color in here. I thought that might kind of blend in a little bit better with our wall color then. Now, if you are not an electrician and don't feel comfortable with doing electrical work, please get a professional out to do this. I am not a professional at all, but it's just something that I kind of enjoy doing, and I kind of take the opportunity whenever there's an easy project like this to do. So I'm switching out all of the plugins really quickly. Of course, I had to turn off the electricity, so it's a little dark and the lighting is a little strange, but we're going to get these switched out and make it look a lot better. Now that we've got some of our prep work done, we've done some patching, some sanding, and getting everything ready, we can start painting. I can't wait to get the first coat of paint on and see how it looks. So today's goal is at least getting one coat of paint on. I don't know how much I will get done. But yeah, we're gonna get started here and see how far we get. I'm first gonna go change into a paint dress, and then we'll go from there.
So the color that we chose for out here in the garage is a really pretty gray color, and the name is Modern Gray by Sherwin-Williams. It is a really pretty neutral color, but I think there's still enough color in it that it will help to hide, you know, just the normal garage dirt and wear and tear. As I'm putting it on, I wasn't able to see a lot of difference, I didn't think, but as you all know, once the paint dries, it does look different. So it did dry a little bit darker, and I think it's just harder to tell on camera the color, but it is looking so much better already. I can tell that it will be just the perfect color to help keep the garage nice and bright, but also be a good color, you know, out here in the garage. So I went ahead and did all the trim work first, going around all the edges, going around everything, and then we went back with the roller, and this is where the fun part is, I think, where you get to roll the paint on and really see that transformation in the walls.
So now that that wall is done, we have 2 coats of paint on it. We're kind of, gonna let it set now, let it dry, then we can go down and see how it looks. So I wanted to go ahead with another project that I wanted to do, and that is these curtains behind me. So I've just not really been loving them. They look fine when they're closed, but then when they open, this is what they look like. And you probably can't even tell it as much on camera, but the sides here, they just kind of, they don't lay right. The fabric is too stiff, I think, and it doesn't lay nice in the folds. And so I never really open the curtains because it just bothers me when I look at them like this. So I did get some new curtains. They're similar to another one that I had previously, I think. So I think they will lay a lot nicer with the nice folds when they're open or closed, whatever. I do like having the thermal ones back here on this window because, as you can tell, the sun gets really bright back here, and it does keep some of that heat from getting in. Like in the afternoon, I can go ahead and close the curtains, and then it'll help to keep some of the cool air inside. But then I can open them up in the mornings, you know, and it lets in that nice sunshine. So I'm going to go ahead and change those out, and we'll see if we like those better. I'm going to go ahead and get the other ones ironed and get them ready to hang up.
Here is a little visual of the old curtain and the new one side by side and how they lay. I just think the new one lays so much nicer than the other one, and I just think it looks so much better. So we're gonna go ahead and get the rest of these hung up. I did add 2 panels on each side then, and then we went down and checked on our newly painted wall. It is looking so good and nice and just fresh. We are going to start making our freezer casserole. I'm going to make a quite large of a batch here because I wanted extra to put in the freezer, and then I wanted to give some away to some people here in the community. We've had some babies that were just recently born, and I think it's nice to just send over a frozen casserole to the new moms to put in the freezer for them for later. Just a nice meal that they don't have to do extra work for. So we're gonna do that. The first thing that I did was to just fry up all my ground beef, and then I'm gonna drain it. This lid has the little holes on the top there so that I can just pour it out and drain it really easily. And then once it is drained, we're going to add in our taco seasoning mix as well as our water, and then we'll just let that cook together, let that simmer, and get that nicely mixed together. And then once that is mixed together, we're going to just put that to the side, let that cool off a little bit. And then we are doing our potatoes, and as usual, I got a bowl that was too small, so we had to upgrade to a larger size bowl. And so we're just mixing all of our ingredients in here. There's some sour cream that goes in here, some milk, some ranch dressing mix, and then also some cream of mushroom soup. And then we're just going to kind of mix that all together. Just stir it really well, get everything mixed in very good. And now just getting our foil pans ready for our casseroles. I'm just going to divide out the potatoes first of all into these casserole dishes. Wasn't quite sure how many it would make, but this was about right. So I'm just spreading the potatoes in first and then just leveling them out, getting them nice and smooth. And then next I'll just add some cheese to the potatoes. Just sprinkle a little bit of shredded cheese on top, whatever you prefer. And then on top of that goes our meat mixture. So we'll just again divide this out into all of our casseroles. And then I decided to make a cheese sauce to go on top. This is a super easy cheese sauce. You just add in your butter, and then once that is melted, add in your flour and get that mixed up really well, and then add in your milk. And then you bring that to a boil. And then once that has come to a boiling point, you can take it off of the oven and then add in your cheese. And you can make this as cheesy as you like. I just kind of go by how it looks, and then once it looks nice and cheesy, just let all the cheese melt, and then you are good to go. I'm going to go ahead and pre-freeze them. I just put some foil on top and then put them in the freezer nice and flat and pre-freeze them before I put the lids on. I did go ahead and just write on the lids what it is, the instructions and everything, and then in the center there I went ahead and just wrote a little note, something different on each one, maybe a encouraging Bible verse or just a nice quote for a mom, just something that they can read when they get the casserole out of the freezer. And so that was basically it. They are ready to give out to whoever you want to, or keep in your freezer for yourself. So that is going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed coming along with me today, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.